Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We have a freshie today from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They would love to meet you two.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to talk about the Dirt trilogy that just was re-released at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Y'all, this is La Terra Preta. Its original name, Dirt. And hold on, let me show you something. They are not kidding. It smells like the earth at my grandfather's farm, and it's incredible. How do you get this?
There's something in your soul that just attaches to this. I don't know how to explain it. It kind of has a charcoaly scent if you've never, to explain the dirt smell. It's super mineralized, but in the best way.
And why would you have a dirt soap, you say? Well, it is meant to be layered because this is the ground of the rainforest. And this is the second layer up, the canopy of leaves, a symphony of petrichor. This is La Tierra Mojada, the champion of the trilogy. For me, we bought the EDP last year. It's amazing. How do you get this?
There's a crisp clean to this, like the first rain of the year. It's cool outside somehow in this scent.
And y'all, generally, the PAA soaps are a country mile from each other, but this one and Garden of Bali have about 60-70% the same magic going on for me, but then they branch off into two very different summery directions, and I love them both for that reason. And then, this is the top of the rainforest, the flowers. For me, this is kind of like if Fresco had been made from actual flowers in the rainforest. This is what you'd get. This is Mega Flora, and I love it. How you sensing this one?
You know, this was one of the fougères that hit me in a different way. There's an amber side to it or something that just switches it up a little bit. And you have to almost feel like it's more the trees themselves. Instead of just a perfumer side, it's like you're there.
I might want to get the splash of this. And what is our soap today?
We have Aqua DG, which one of our Whiff Pack members, Matt Hall, helped us make sure to get. So let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
One of our most requested summer stunners is back and breezier than ever. Aqua DG is our epic homage to that iconic fragrance. Yes, the one that ruled the 90s and still tops the charts today.
Hold on, I don't know if he actually says it, so, y'all.
You know the one. Crisp, clean, impossibly fresh. The scent that practically defines what it means to smell good in the heat. The scent that launched 1,000 awkward first kisses and even more confident first impressions.
Aqua DG is more than a cologne. It's a sensory passport to the Mediterranean. Think sun-drenched coastlines, salty skin, linen shirts half-buttoned. A Vespa rides through citrus groves. It's youth, freedom, and a splash of romance. In a bottle. A little history. When the original Giggity hit shelves in 1995, it changed the game. Suddenly, men weren't just reaching for cologne, they were reaching for a feeling. That marine citrus blend became the blueprint for every summer scene that followed. But as the world moved on, formulas changed, reformulations happened, and let's be honest, it's not quite what it used to be. Well, who of us is? So we did what we do best. A resurrection, the PA way, the PAA way.
Do you know anyone that wore this, or did you?
This was as ubiquitous as Glade air freshener was. So I know this scent. I know you know this scent, but let me reintroduce you when we open the box.
We have a few PAA boxes on the
bank. You did not see Atomic Peach. That one is coming up, but you did see this fabulous Italian dude on a Vespa, probably headed for a beach somewhere. Oh, and I think we have a splash. Hold on. Is there an Atomic Peach splash?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, well done, y'all. A lot of times the mashups don't have a splash, but there's two splash bottles.
Oh, look how this one says Crown King. There's a little brush and a little eye on there, y'all. And then that mustache.
Corners of history of the PAA storyline never go away entirely. Let's see if I got the right box. Read the back. Next time your coffee kicks in, it's amazing. And let's see. Let's see.
Are we perfect friends?
Oh, it's the back. Hold on. There it is. Makes me think of Audrey Hepburn on that movie poster, right on the Vespa. All right, y'all. Well, come along for this most perfect summery first impression. We have covered magic potions from Master Soap Creations. That was
Right.
a year and a half ago. We have not re-smelled it in a
No,
while.
I tried
just
not to.
in preparation for this. All right, take it in.
Oh, I'm
I want you to
going
have a
first.
first impression. Let me know what you get.
Well, look, there's even a razor on the Vespa.
Oh,
of course.
You're right. That must be Douglas. Look at the mustache.
I think so.
I'm thinking Huxley needs to be in a sidecar at the very
Yeah.
least. Wait, is that a little Huxley nose at the very bottom? I think so. All right, take it in. I'm going to keep my nose closed and stay over here.
Okay. Okay, it is slightly familiar. Not as much as I thought. I mean, it definitely screams the aquatic-y side. That's for sure happening. But I thought it was going to hit me over the face, like I would have known tons of people that wore this. But there is that kind of fresh linen, fresh breeze side that really kicks in more than I remembered.
Nice.
Okay, it does have that light blue mine that comes in. I think it's the florals or like, maybe an orange blossomy kind of thing. Like there's a citrusy floral is in there.
Nice.
But there is that kind of sea salty air. Not quite marine note, but just your coastal maybe.
Oh, nice.
There's something in the middle that's helping me know it's more masculine, and it's a scent that I don't know as well as I thought I did. Not gasoline or something, but something like I'm on the Vespa. Like
Right.
there's some part of the real world coming into this whiff.
Y'all, Dior Fahrenheit is notorious for a diesel note, right? That you'll also find in Presto from Barrister and Men.
Yeah.
Might that be in there a little bit?
If it's super faint, but there's something at the end that I'm like, wait, I feel this is like a real experience on
Nice.
some level but it's making the lighter stuff have way more volume to it. Like that depth is happening. So
Right.
something in the baseline is helping the rest kind of take off and have that breezy, light
Right.
wind kind of thing.
There are perfuming houses, raw material suppliers, who will compound original iconic scents from the 60s, 50s, 40s using the original restricted ingredients. You have to like sign a waiver that you're not going to put it on your skin. You're not going to make a cologne out of it. But that's how important it is for modern perfumers to get their noses on what was going on with the original formulas. That's why I love what PAA does in bringing back the originals with slightly better ingredients, which are now too expensive for the drugstore versions, but we can experience them on our own. Now, how do you sense that gasoline note against what else is kind of going on in there?
I'm sure it's something maybe in the civet lane or the ambergris lane, like something in
right.
there that my
Of
nose
course.
just can't place down,
Right.
but it's being used in a very genius way.
Nice.
It's not what my nose finds right away, but somehow it needs like a baseline, and that scent is what's helping me find it.
Gotcha. Now, the million-dollar question, because I kind of remember this. For you, is the spine of this more citrus or more marine? Or is it more like evenly split?
Please hold. Yeah, this has movement to it. I don't know if I can pick one side or the other. I'm
Gotcha.
kind of bouncing back and forth.
Right.
Like I really do feel like I'm on the Vespa and there's fresh breeze going by and I can't decide. Is it more of the florally side, the marine notes? It's just setting the vibe consistently through the whiff.
That's the ultimate goal of mixed music. One instrument, one singer does not pop out and become the center of the entire show. Love that. Now, are there florals? How are you getting them?
I think the florals have a little citrus to them. I'm not quite sure if it's an orange blossomy thing, but then I get, not barbershop, but I get some sort of florals that are used usually in the more dapper barbershop-y side.
Gotcha.
So not lavender, I don't think, but it's one of those white florals that we see that are disguised in there. But it does have that like fresh, clean, dapper side added to the florals here. It doesn't go powdery, so it doesn't quite go anywhere near the barbershop side, but the cleans that you get from the barbershop that are used with the florals, I
Right.
think that's coming through. It's not the blue barbershop, it's not that side. It's more the
okay.
white, I
Right.
think, white floral side.
London Barbershop from Maggart's, or the KUN one. That's the one we refer to as the blue barbershop. In fact, it's just been restocked at Maggart's. It's also the heart of Ghost Town Barber by Chiselface, with a little bit of gun smoke and other things like that stirred in. So you are far more traveled than I. You have been to Italy. Are you getting kind of a sense of it from that?
Well, when I went to Italy, it was so foggy and overcast, I didn't even know where I was. So I didn't get the fun coastal vibe side of Italy, but in here, I am definitely I almost was picturing even like all the movies when people are in Greece and you see like the white buildings everywhere. A lot of that with Italy too, like the lighter summer towns have that kind of coastally vibe. I just feel in vacation mode.
Right.
So immediately escaping, like I feel like it's something like that.
I just love that Italy seems to be one of the countries that has really embraced wet shaving along with the U.S. and Canada. So my hat is off to that too. The almond barber shops of the Italian barbers and those kind of things.
You ready to see how this homage is done?
I'm ready to jump on my Vespa and check the weight requirements. I'll have to get you a sidecar that's specially
I'm
reinforced.
down. And Lainey can have
Fits
goggles
Lainey,
too, right? Yeah.
Ciao. Woo! All right, Matthew. Taking it in. Here we go. Oh. Oh, got it.
There's layers.
It is so often in the balance that the true personality comes out. Love this. Hold on.
Yeah, I feel like we have a fine lens into this scent now.
Well, I was talking to Will at Barrister and Mann the other day for a couple hours about perfuming, just like the basics, the theoretical parts of perfuming. And he was saying that some scents are just wonderful, but they're not like inspired. You know what I mean? Like music too. It's like there's Mary Had a Little Lamb and then there's Bohemian Rhapsody. There's just inspired and then there's lovely.
Nice, yeah.
Well, y'all, I think one of the reasons that this is such a beloved scent is that there is such inspiration in how these are coming together. I don't even want to rip apart those scent notes to figure out what they are because the balance of those accords is so beautiful and painting such a picture. Now, first of all, it's not that intense. The intensity for me sits about a 3.5, right there in the average lane for PAA, which means the florals don't have to get too bossy to prove themselves. The aquatic parts don't have to get too bossy to prove themselves. You know that part of the florals, the marine senses that sometimes gets really strong and crawls up your nose with aquatics, and that's kind of how they define aquatics? That is not happening in this balance. This balance is smooth and clear, a little transparent even, and beautiful. Textbook aquatic. This is what they should all endeavor to be, and I totally get this.
Like my toes aren't in the sand,
Right.
but I can see the water out there.
Right, I don't get the sandy sense, but I'm totally getting the water, I'm getting the foam, I'm getting the air. I'm not getting the squinchy botanicals of like the boardwalk. When you smell the EDP or the splash of good vibrations, it's got a little bit of those lovely sort of almost mildewy botanicals in there that I love that I don't even find in the soap. This is the opposite idea of those botanicals. Kind of that same idea, but built more with florals, with citruses, with real things. This is nice. Hold on. And it's funny, if you could build a powder, a straight up barbershop powder, but only with things that you find at the beach, that's what this is. Kind of the same way that I think Megaflora is fresco, but done by a dude trapped into rainforest. That's what this is for me. And you know, the other thing too, this doesn't have like crazy bass notes that ground it in anything patchouli-y or tobacco-y. But again, it's using some oceany stuff to almost build the sense of darker bass notes, of sort of a driftwood, of sort of a patchouli without being those, being built with only silhouettes from lighter senses.
But is that the diesel-y kind of thing that I was
Oh!
Take a whiff.
Right. Now, I know what molecule that is. So that's not what's in here. The same thing that's in Dior Fahrenheit. That was like a giant splash when it hit because of the overdose of those particular things. However, this is absolutely hitting those same high points to give that same excitement of that gasoline scent. You know how when you go to the gas station when you were little and just those wafts were enchanting? Even the carbon copy of the credit card receipt that my mom let me sign and feel like a grown-up when I was 10 had that beautiful smell to it, which reminds me that Douglas and Fran are actually trying their best year after year to formulate a ditto paper scent with no success. Y'all, there is that kind of accord in here. Just turned so far down, it's barely sensible. But when your nose does find it, that's the intriguing part of this that makes you want to dive down. Other aquatics do it, I think, with ozone,
something
with
like
things
that.
like that. But no, this is brave. This is wild.
I'll be curious when we read the sentence because I have no idea what it is.
And I love equal parts natural and hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, if that makes sense. Every Four Seasons has an EDP formulated to scent their lobby with. That's kind of going on in here. And you know, weirdly, this doesn't really go citrus for me. It hints at citrus It's like the way you make a super dry martini, you can almost sense the vermouth, but I don't really get a citrus. Is that wrong? I feel like that's wrong.
Well, earlier you were asking me, and I kind of jumped into like an orange blossom. Like I got more on the floral side than I did. I mean, citrus there.
It could be a floral. It could be a floral. But I don't think it's a heart of a citrus unless it's being done with some other clever arrangement of aroma molecules.
But it's somehow it's summer. Right. So there's something in there that's helping with that.
100%. In fact, this is only mid-July to mid-August. But you can wear it all year, like the beach itself from PAA. I love throwing that thing on in January. All right, well, now that we've arrived in Italy, why don't we unpack our bags and look at the scent notes. All right, y'all, from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Whoa, wow, I did not look at these earlier.
Interesting things in here. I did not either. We're going to start with the top notes of
jasmine, rosemary, Hesperidic notes. What?
All right, y'all, we just broke Google trying to look up Hesperidic. You can try it at home. It apparently means citrus.
Yeah.
It's done with citrus.
But in a perfumer's side.
Long word. Do you sense the jasmine? I'm guessing the rosemary helps with the cool air and the sea foam, but I'm curious about how you find this floral in there.
Yeah, it makes sense that it's the jasmine, right. But the way that it's bouncing off everything else almost makes it feel like it's a whole different floral somehow.
In my Hawaiian mac salad, there's a big old tablespoon of sugar. You can't taste it in the mac salad, but without it, it would just be a little bit too with the mayonnaise. That's how the jasmine's being used in here. It's just a teaspoon of sugar. Now, the coolness of the rosemary. I think this is where this scent is getting a lot of its heart and a lot of its beauty. How much of it is rosemary for you?
That, I would never assume could help with the marine side.
Right.
But somehow, that's the magic on connecting into the marine side.
For me, it's making up the spine of the marine part. And then, diving into the heart notes, I gotta love this.
Yep.
Persimmon fruits. What's that, you ask? This is a persimmon. It's a weird tomato-ish sort of fruit, and it has kind of this dry-ish, woody sort of taste to it. And my mom used to make all kinds of Christmas stuff out of it, but I love that because I can for sure sense a tiny bit of it in here up against the marine notes. Now, do you know what persimmon smells like?
I do. It's been a while since I've had one just like eating it raw. Persimmon bread and other stuff.
Ooh,
yeah, it's a weird texture.
Wow.
The outside's kind of crunchy.
We wouldn't dare.
To me, my brain it's not a peach. It kind of looks like that same color, but it has a ginger kind of side that's not bitter, but it just doesn't go quite too sweet.
Gotcha.
And somehow in here, that's helping almost like where you would use a ginger or something for a spice, but it's way more subdued. It's a little sweeter, natural kind of thing.
One of the most beautiful scents in the perfuming world, talk to Southern Witchcrafts, is mildew. Absolutely glorious. And marine notes are not a far leap. However, I feel like they can get funky or they can get clean. I feel like for a boardwalk scent like Good Vibes, they go more funky because you actually want to sense the dock with the barnacles on it. For this, for me, it's the other way. These are the cleanest possible marine notes. Like she said, kind of hinting at a gasoline fuming note.
But there's still a sea salt, fresh breeze vibe that's in there too.
Right. And diving down into the depths. Oh, I was very wrong. There is patchouli in this, but it must be a very clean white sort of version of patchouli. And then cedar, rock rose. Wait a minute. Rock rose.
We've read that one other time, but it's been a long time.
And white musk. Beautiful. Which one of those is jumping out at you?
I don't know. It's funny. Now I'm almost wondering if the rock rose is more that, not quite gasoline thing, but something that's adding that darker side that I wasn't expecting.
Almost a Bulgarian rose?
Yeah, something
kind of a sense to it. Beautiful. All right. Well, y'all, we could not do this iconic aquatic without our abalone bowl from the KUN workshop. Isn't that beautiful? Only 6 abalone had to die to make that. No, it's resin. And where'd you get that beautiful Max Factor
This is my
brush?
PAA Astreus brush. It just
is.
looks like a fun throwback, classic kind of vibe. I couldn't help myself. But it has a great backbone on this brush.
According to the Hollywood Television Museum, where I have been, that looks exactly like the brush they used to put Lucy's rouge on with. Very cool. Desi used it too. Relax. In her later years in interviews, she would say, yeah, back then, when I was married to the Cuban. Lucille Ball's amazing. When Three's Company was failing in its 3rd season, John Ritter called and asked if she could help out, and she actually hosted a 2-parter retrospective, and it really revitalized the show and saw it through its next 3 seasons. Well, her argument was funny is funny, and people need to know. I played Geppetto once. I was like, do you want an Italian accent? And he said, a little. It's like, a little? Look at the bottom of this bowl. You can't even see the pattern.
Oh, God. It looks like frosting or something.
Right?
It's fluffy.
And this is something you will only find here on the Barbershop Duet. This is the Eddie Izzard Chow with on 3, 1, 2. Chow. Here, Jamie. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Not a giant change, but
No,
you can
pretty
tell
close.
that a little bit of space has been put between those notes here.
It's a little more fresh air
Right,
vibes,
yes,
you know?
right. And sometimes it's funny. Sometimes you have to turn down the intensity of the entire scent a little bit in order to sense some of the notes that might be hiding under the surface. And while we don't do shaving here on the Barbershop Duet, we love watching Ken surfs and seeing how that lather coats and covers his face. So we thought you might like to see how we do lather our face here at the Barbershop Duet. Are you kidding me?
There's
y'all?
so much that's falling out of the bowl. I don't want to waste it.
PAA just works itself. A literal warm hug to the face. It just like whoosh, sticks. You know, I don't even think this soap would be appropriate on an overcast morning,
Yeah.
which is mostly what we get. I think on those mornings when we wake up at 6 o'clock and there is straight up sunlight streaming through the windows, not a cloud to be seen, that's what this makes me feel. And do I detect a tiny little musk in here? Why don't we take this deeper and see what we can find? Now, I'm not sure, but I have been dipping my toes into the world of perfuming, and I think that while this is also an aquatic, this is what they refer to as a freshie.
Oh.
And I don't think that requires any more explanation. Ah, we're back to the plug on the aftershave. Son of Honeysuckle still had the sticker on.
Yeah, that stumped us.
We didn't even know what to do. It had been so long. All right, what you do is you get your finger underneath the plug of the aftershave, and when you pull up on it, listen. Yeah, love that. All right, here we go. A little bit for me, and a little bit for you, and a little, no, not for Lenny. But see, look how these bottles work. You can turn it upside down, and the juice doesn't come out, right? You gotta like give it a little womp,
shake.
a little womp, and one drop at a time.
You can
It'll
count
come
them out.
It's a regulator.
I would have never known that there was persimmon in here. I'm trying to see when it dried
That's
down.
the
Maybe
genius.
it'll come to
That's
me.
why it's inspired. Something that no one else has thought of, something no one else would think of, and yet it's amazing. Well, somebody said something chilling on YouTube the other day. Einstein was not that special because his discoveries were waiting in the sand for humanity to discover. E equals MC squared was already there. He was just the first one to write it down and figure it out that way, but if he hadn't, others for sure would have. However, Beethoven, Mozart, Picasso, Mel Brooks, Martha Graham, if they had died without producing the art they produced, this world would never have it. And it's things like this, where I go, this is the inspiration that this person brought into the world, and it's amazing. And without the artistic glasses of Douglas and Fran, we would never be able to experience something close to the original scent nowadays. And I love how they are keeping this important history and these important pieces of DNA alive.
There's something a little sweeter that's drying down now. That might be the persimmon side. I'm not sure.
Right. And this is important. It's not sweet floral sweet. It's floral persimmon sweet, which is defined by how sweet it's not. This is way more fresh than sweet, and I think that's why it's inspired. Usually the freshies for me go super sweet. I wore LaMail growing up. This is different in how that's arrested and it's allowed to be its own personality under that surface.
It's funny. I can't tell that this is the 90s, though, which I didn't realize how much other aquatic-ish things came out around that time or trying to be their new version of this.
Yes.
You can tell that this was a big staple in that era.
Well, as soon as one artist had a hit on the DX7, everybody did, and it kind of sounded the same. This was the aquatic that inspired a tidal wave. I think you're right.
Well, now I can understand why Matt was requesting that we pull this one out, because you think you know the scent, and nobody immediately knew wore this in the 90s, but this still has a place today. It's not like it's just a throwback to the 90s. It's still current somehow.
Masculine or feminine?
I was going to ask you that
good
too.
Question. For me, nowadays, right down the middle.
Yeah.
Right down.
But I can see where it's leaning a little more masculine. But even on me, I could still wear this. I don't think it would come off as me wearing something that was for you, you know?
Right down the middle. The dog could wear this.
She likes it. She keeps whiffing it.
Aqua DOG.
There you go.
Okay? All right? And y'all, the musks in this is that little tincture at the mall of the white musk. Oh, yeah, I love that.
I think the other thing to point out is sometimes when we talk about some of the older scents from the 90s or other stuff that's as the day wears on, sometimes they can get pokey or something weird can happen. I don't think this has those.
Nope.
I mean,
Nope.
we'll go see how the walk goes, but there's parts in this that round off the edges right before it even gets to that point. So I don't think you get tired of wearing this throughout the day. You'd want to like reapply.
100%. And even beautiful to explore in the other forms from PAA, the Star Jelly, the bar soap.
Yes.
I would think would be awesome with this. And let's think, for our PAA fans out there, I think if you love Old Salty, this would be right up your alley, those kind of things.
Yeah, it doesn't go as citrusy sweet.
No.
But it's a very like similar marine, outdoor, cool kind of summer vibe.
I wonder which one came first.
Right?
So it's pretty easy, y'all. Just be waking up on a beautiful sun-streaked morning in Italy. You're going to have a nice shave, and you're going to realize you're out of aftershave, and you don't even have any EDPs or colognes to put on. But luckily, there's this one scent that across the world has always smelled like a fresh, clean, sunny morning. You're going to hop on your Vespa and get your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. Or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I have had my shave, y'all, with Aqua DG, and I think I am understanding Aqua di Gio a lot better now. Will at Barrister and Mann says something interesting. He will never suggest a perfume for somebody who hasn't smelled one before or someone who he doesn't know. However, he will always suggest Chanel No. 5 because it's incredible, because it's iconic. I get it. This is that summer scent that you can always rely on. This is the inspiration that spawned an entire genre of scents, and we are so grateful to have it in our cabinet, especially in such a phenomenal formula as CK6. Thank you for this. We'll be back, Phoenix. She farted. Welcome to Messages.
So for our August giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Ariana and Evan.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first September episode to see if you are a lucky winner.
Best of luck.
Girl. Let me just put on a little more of this and I should be fine.
Maybe throw it on her too.
Good Lord.
She looks pretty, but...
Did we give her mackerel? Yeah, it's funny. A memory stirs. This doesn't go aquatic for my brain. Not the deepest, darkest parts of it. This smells like a freshly pressed pinstripe gray suit lapel. When you have given it a beautiful steam ironing, and you smell that come off of it. Everything that's not the fabric is this. So when I put this on, I really get the sense that I have no wrinkles regardless of what I'm wearing. But it's that put together, fresh, ready for the day, freshly ironed feeling that's slapping you on the face and getting you ready for whatever adventure lies in store for you, that this celebrates, and I love it. Thank you, Douglas and Fran, for creating this one.
I feel like it's just going to make sure that you have a fun, carefree kind of day somehow,
absolutely.
you know? And y'all, we hear there may be an homage to Aqua di Parma coming up soon, so don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell fresher just watching this.